Welcome to the Swank Golf Podcast, a podcast for new golfers, old golfers, and everybody in between. I'm your host, Nadir, and on this podcast, we'll be discussing my journey and others by interviewing golfers of all skill sets that I know and that I meet along the way. Welcome back to the Swank Golf Podcast. We got a good one this week. My guest this week, avid golfer that's no stranger to the golf course, is a friend of mine. Please welcome Phanor Leal to the show.
How you doing, guys?
All right. Welcome to the show, bro.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Yo, so I'm glad you're on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no doubt, dude, no doubt. So the good thing about you being on the show is that my last couple of rounds at the end of the season was actually with you.
Yeah.
And before I dive in with the interview, I kind of want to tell a story, which I thought was real cool. It happened with us. So we met through my cousin. That's one of your good friends, and we met, and we just so happened to play golf, and we dragged him into the sport, and he's learning the sport. So we played.
We clicked too,
right?
You just clicked.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, between football, family men,
right,
professionals, all of the above. So, after that, we played a couple times, and randomly one I don't know, end of the summer day, me and a good friend of mine, we caught like a random tee time. It was on Golf Now, and it was very, very, doable, and it was like a spur of the moment thing. We were like, yo, let's go up to Ed Oliver and just go play really, really quickly. So So we pull up, me and my man pull up. We get into the pro shop, and they're like, oh, well, one of the guys that you're playing with, they're already at the tee box. The other guy, he's at the driving range. We drive up to the driving range. Walt runs back in to go get some food or something. I see the biggest beard that I've ever seen on the course since I've started playing, and I was like, man, I only know one person with a beard like that. And sure enough, it was my man.
It was me. I was shocked. I was like, and then remember when I told you, I was like, I think I got a 1030. He was like, you got the same one.
Right.
I was like, what?
Yeah, and
what's the odds of that?
I know, right? I don't know how often that happens with people when, because...
And I did the same thing.
Right.
Like, not to cut you off, I did the same thing, man. I was like, no, let me just look to you off. I got off of work early, right, and I was just like, this is a nice price. Let me just go over there and get this,
right. Yeah, and
I had a good round with you, man.
Yeah, I did too. I had a good round. It was a lot of fun, and we definitely going to get out there some more.
Yeah.
And that's one thing too about like when I first started playing. We're gonna dive into when you started playing, but I know when I first started playing, when you're getting paired up with people that you don't know. I know in my mind, I'm always like, oh man, I wonder who I'm gonna be paired up with. Whether I like them, whether they're really good, or whatever the case may be. So it was definitely a pleasant surprise to be paired up with somebody that you knew. And that fourth guy that we were paired up, remember, it was a guy with his wife.
Yeah.
And we just told him like, go ahead,
man.
Y'all just go play.
He wanted to stay, but I was like, man, just go ahead, man.
That was real cool. So how long have you been playing, and what got you into the sport?
Well, I've been playing for a couple of years, but I really got into it right after COVID. So that's how to practicing more. Definitely once a week.
Right.
And it was just like I just fell in love with it more. But I started actually like hitting it like 16.
Okay.
But it was with my father-in-law.
Okay.
He took me my father-in-law now.
Right.
And he took me to the range a couple of times. I was like, man, I used to play ball back then. I was like, I wasn't really worried about it, but
yeah,
I fell in love with it later on.
And
I wish I would have played, like, stayed playing.
Right, that's normally the story, right? That's normally the story with people. So, during, like, after COVID, like, what was that thing that really got you, that really hooked you and made you just, like, decide, oh, I'm going to stick with this?
Because I was playing with them a lot, and they would always beat me. Like, I was losing all the time.
This is with your father-in-law?
Yeah, and his friend. Yeah.
Okay.
So I just got tired of being in third place all the time.
Yeah.
And I started practicing more, really like paying attention to what I was doing. And I got better.
Yeah.
And then I bought some clubs, and then that's the ones I had for like years.
Yeah.
And then I recently bought other clubs that I showed you.
Yeah,
and that improved my game.
Monster set. Yeah.
That improved my game.
So you can vouch. You say that
yes,
good equipment helps your game.
You should get tested, like get your
Like fitted.
fitted,
Yeah.
get fitted. You know what I mean? Get your clubs fitted, and that definitely helps.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, my clubs, I definitely, they weren't custom fitted, but I definitely hopped on a track, man, and got all my numbers before I made my decision. I based my decision on my irons based off the numbers that I was getting.
Yeah.
So that's real cool. That's real cool. So, what's something in the game that like you would this is crazy, but something that you would change?
Something that I would change.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
Yeah, I caught you off guard with that.
I know. I ain't gonna hold you about myself, like or the game period.
Just the game period. The game period.
Man, I love it too much. I don't think I can change anything.
All right,
about
then
the
make it
game,
easier.
man. I love it, man.
That's a real hard question. All right, what about your game? What's something you can if you had a magic wand, that's something that we could change.
My consistency on my driver.
Okay, yeah, I understand that.
You know, some holes I hit it good.
Yeah.
Next hole is like, what happened?
You hear different things. Like some people say it's the most important club in the bag. Some people say it's not. Because some people say like the short game is where
Right.
you knock the strokes off. But I just don't agree. Like if you don't start the hole right, you can't end it right.
Right.
Like you kind of start behind the eight ball. So I hear that. So when you're playing right, and let's say you're having a moment where you're having a slump. How do you lock in? What's something that you tend to do? Whether it's a technique, a thought, or a swing thought. What do you do?
Well, I kind of talk to myself a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you've been there. I mean,
Yeah.
like, just talk to myself and just be like, try to leave everything behind.
Yeah.
It's hard, but I try.
Yeah.
You know, and just take it in, breathe, and I start laughing, man. I start
Mhm.
joking around and kind of like get my mind off of it
Yeah.
because you start thinking like, man, just pretend I'm in the driving range.
Right.
Because when I'm in the driving, I could hit
Yeah.
straight without even thinking about it. So,
Yeah. I feel the same. I feel the same way when I'm having a little more fun.
yeah. You know, we start doing our own thing.
Yeah, and then it
Yeah,
comes
more fun.
back.
A little bit of drinks.
Right. And then it comes back. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But good self talk is definitely key.
Yeah.
I think from the first time I played with you from to the last time, I definitely like have moved on, like learned to move on to the next shot a little better. I mean, that's every time you go out, you
Yeah.
know.
It's hard though, man.
Yeah, it's hard.
Like, it's so hard. Like, you have a beautiful shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you're in the middle of the fairway,
Mm-hmm.
120 yards in,
Yeah.
and then you shank it to the right.
It's so demoralizing. It's
You know?
crazy what it could do to you. Yeah, especially because it's a high and low. Like
Yeah.
you hit a bomb drive,
Right.
especially too if like the driver is something that you're working on, and then you
Right.
do hit it the way you want to, and then your next shot you just don't perform. Yeah, it's like hard to go to shot 3
Right.
with the confidence that you came into shot 2 with, but there's a lesson in that, right? There's a lesson in that. It teaches
When I was
you.
younger, it was like that. Like,
Right.
when I started playing, I used to be really upset.
Mhm.
Then I had to, like, I got to calm down. Like, I'm not getting better if I just keep getting madder at the game.
Right. And two, you, a physical thing from that too. I notice like too, if I get frustrated, I start to squeeze the club harder, and
Yeah.
squeezing the club hard is not what you're supposed to do. So
We just do other stuff. We just start doing, like, weird things. I don't know why. Like, we started, like, cursing more. Like, we
Yeah.
just go crazy.
well, the mind and the body are two
Yeah.
separate things, right? So once your mind gets in a different state, you kind of forget what your body's doing.
Yeah, but I kind of surpassed that already, like a
Yeah.
little bit. Like, I don't get mad like that no more.
Yeah, I think I've never been the person to like slam clubs or anything.
No,
like
me
that. Like,
neither.
I've never
I
done
pay too
anything
much
like
for them
that.
clubs. I ain't slamming no clubs. They crazy.
Facts, yeah. I've never been that type.
Yeah.
I probably would leave around, and if it was a shot like hole 10 or something like that, and after the round, I'm talking about hole 10, like
Yeah.
as if hole 10 is the reason I scored when I scored. You know what I mean? Like that
We
one
always
hole.
say we starting over it again.
Yeah. But like I said, I finished the season strong, so I'm coming in with some confidence, and I like playing with you too because I feel like I got a group of people that kind of push me when I play, and you're definitely one of them too.
Thank you.
'Cause
You too, man.
Yeah, I like playing what you do. So,
Same here.
Yeah, when you book a tee time,
Hmm.
let's say it's a week out,
Right.
and it's a nice course.
Right.
What's like your routine like leading up to the week, whether it's practices or for getting by and new balls? Like, what do you do? It's a nice course we're talking about. You know you're playing
Oh,
it.
when this is a nice course, try to the day before. I probably try to go hit some balls, range. But I gotta adjust myself with the family,
Yeah, yeah,
with the
yeah.
wife. So I try to go out there and practice.
Right.
I putt though at
Yeah.
home,
Okay.
so try to get my putting because that's one thing I struggle in.
Okay.
Missing them little left rights.
No more. Yeah, it always.
So,
So,
but and just when on my way to the course, I like to listen to like just all types of music and like just kind of like pump me up a little bit.
okay. Is it hype music or is
It
it
be on
chill
some like
music?
Rocky
Okay,
type
okay,
music,
okay.
some
Some game day
yeah,
music.
yeah.
Yeah, real
So
game day music. I get that. I definitely understand
I just
that.
try to get myself into a mood that I'm always a happy guy, so
Yeah.
I just want to stay like that
Right. Right.
because I play better.
Yeah.
When I just don't think about the game, just play, relax. But I wish I could do that all the time.
Yeah. So, what's some of your favorite courses around?
Well, Ed Oliver, of course, I like that one.
Yeah.
But Del Caso is one of my best ones around here.
Yeah.
Going up Ben Salem, I like that one up
Yeah.
in Philly.
Okay.
So, but it's too many of them, man. It's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. I'm
In
trying
Jersey, it's
yeah.
like I
Trying to
played
check 'em
all
off.
over. So
Yeah.
I even played. I took a trip to North Carolina with my father-in-law.
Okay.
Before I even was hitting in my low 90s, I was in my hunt. Like I was
Right.
surpassed, and I had a great time out there.
Did you? Could you say that you appreciated the game or the sport at that time? Like if you did that trip again, like
Oh,
compared to now?
Yes, I would have like enjoyed it more
Yeah.
and stopped. Like the down there playing in Florida. I mean, down North Carolina was beautiful,
Right.
and it was like in April. I think it was really nice.
Yeah. That I'm definitely trying to get that stuff into my schedule.
But
Some Carolina golf.
how do you, how do you feel like too like that you a consistent number? Like, cause when I played with you last time, like we was hitting like in the 90s consistently.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what. How do I feel like I could stay?
Like how
where
you
I'm at
feel?
now?
Like yeah, like how,
Yeah, I feel like, look, well, I'm trying to shoot in the low 90s every time I get out there. Like a 95 every time I get out there
Yeah.
is like what I want, where I want it to be. Where
Yeah.
like now I'm like squeaking into the 90s, but I see the progression. But I see the progression from where I was last season.
Yeah.
So even if it is 3 strokes or whatever, I'm taking those 3
Yeah.
strokes in confidence. So right now, 95, 92s is where I'm, those are going to be the rounds that I go home and tell my wife about this year, So that's just what it is. But expectations too, right? Because like again, we talked about not getting as upset,
Yeah.
right? Like I play with some people who've been playing for 20 years. Like I've been playing for 3, you know what I
Right.
mean? 4, you know what I mean? So I can't be mad at myself as if I've been playing that long and I put the
Right.
work in and I'm supposed to be whatever I think I'm supposed to be. So now it's like I'm just out there having a good time and just like my bad rounds are way better now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You understand what I'm saying? Where it's like 2 years ago I would have been praying for that score.
And like right now, I'm just happy that when I go out there and I know what I'm shooting, like I know to shoot in the hundreds, I gotta have a really, really bad day.
Yeah.
Like it has to be like nothing's going right for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm happy I'm in my 90s now.
Yeah. Yeah.
My goal this year is 80s.
You're steady Eddie when you play. Like every hole looks the same. You just play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I tried, like, but it's the putting, man.
yeah,
Kills me, man.
It gets dicey. That's we're gonna get you on a scramble.
Yeah.
And get you on a scramble. Get you off the fairway.
And I don't even look like a golfer,
That's what I like. That's what I like about golf too. At this point, because I like being unassuming. Like I like when people,
Yeah.
don't think that I play golf, or they see a tatted brother with a beard, and they like, "Oh, you golf? Yeah,
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
a lot."
Yeah, because it seems like when I go to certain places too, I get paired up a different way. You know, like I have you got a tea time with these. Oh no, you know what? We're gonna set you up with.
Okay.
You know, with these two or these.
Okay,
these
they
two.
do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they don't realize like, oh, I could play.
Yeah.
And you know, the people I'm with, I'm just kicking their ass. You know what I mean?
It's something to that. It's something to that, and I think that's a cool part of the sport. I played with this lawyer once in this place called Westwood in New Jersey, and we're paired up. And you know, at first, maybe the first couple holes, him and his partner, they didn't really talk to us much.
Right.
But you know, I was having a good day. Actually, I had just got the irons I got, and I was having a good day. And then next thing you know, he's coming over, chumming up to us, talking to us, and you know, and they ended up giving him his card. And I was like, I'm at such and such country club down in Atlantic City. Give me a call.
Oh,
Blah blah. Yeah, actually, I shouted him out, told him about the podcast. So
nice.
So, but yeah, man, you never know. You get paired up with all walks of life,
and that's how I be when I like getting paired up with different people. Yeah. Like I met all types of people.
Yeah,
lawyers and doctors.
Yeah,
like all types.
I remember just one dude pulled up on us. It was three of us, and we was like, all right, it's gonna be just us three. And then right before we teed up, some dude that looked like he just played softball pulled up. Oh shit. He rolled the sweatpants, hoodie, rolled up, and was like, "Yeah, I was actually." He might have been just playing softball. He was like, "I saw it was a tee time, so I rolled over here." He came and shot like a 91.
I was gonna say he probably killed it too.
He actually left a little early before. He left a little early before the round was over. He just dipped, but he was doing pretty good. So you know, people can be really unassuming. Yeah. What's something about the sport that surprised you? Like when you first started, like you were like, "Oh man."
How hard it is to hit that ball?
Yeah,
I was like,
simple.
When I was younger, I was like, man, it's golf, man. Anybody can play golf. That's not even a sport. Yeah. I used to be like that. I was one of them people.
Right.
Until I played, and I was like, yo. And once I walked for the first time, that's when I was like, I got respect for this.
Okay. Yeah, I walked 9. I've never walked 18, and we talked about doing that. We're gonna do that. I got the cart.
Like St. Anne's,
a little hand cart.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And I walked that. That took us, I think, like 4.5 hours.
Wow.
No. Yeah, 4.5 hours.
Walking, that's not bad. That's not bad though.
Yeah, but we was out there by ourselves.
Yeah.
Like nobody was in front of us.
I think you said to me when you walk, it's cool because after everyone hits their ball, like everyone walks to their ball.
Yeah, that's what I like. So it's not like we're driving here, we're just walking. And then we know where our ball's at because we're walking straight to it.
Right.
You know, sometimes when you're in a car, you lose it like, oh, I thought it was here.
That happens. Yeah, you hit it. Even if you hit it, you let everyone else hit, then you hop in the car. Yeah. You bend down to pick up your sunglasses because they dropped.
Yeah.
Now you have no clue
where's his ball at, man? Then you start blaming on the grass guy.
Right. Yeah, that definitely happens. What's something about your game that you feel like, I don't want to say that you could work on, but that's something that has been like a hindrance? I know you said you're putting. We talked about that. What's something about the game like obstacles, something that's not like equipment or you like for instance. Let me just give you an instance. Okay. A specific thing that like on my bad shots, is going with my irons is going to be fat. It's going to be fat. It's not going to be left. It's not going to be right. It's going to be fat.
Gotcha.
Right, and that's really not. I don't know. That's technique. That's not an equipment thing. That's me. You got anything like that?
Well, just lifting myself up. You know, bad shots, and like I told you before, I already know what I did.
Right.
And it's just like, thank God I'm in a state that I just be like, all right, I know what I did. Lift my head up, and I'm shanking them to the right. I don't even have to look.
Right.
Like I could see trees on the right, and I hit the ball, and I know what I did. I don't even look at the ball. I hear it.
Yeah. You just
hit the tree. I was like, it's going to the right.
Well, that's a good thing. Cause some people, or like if you're messing up or something, you have no idea. You don't know where to start. Yeah. Where you're trying to fix it or correct.
You try to fix it, but it's still like, you know, that's it's hard. Right, but that's one thing. It's like like you said, like if I hit it wrong, it's going to the right.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you what's something? Do you have any advice for somebody that might think about playing this?
My advice is don't look at videos.
Okay.
Go to get yourself like fitted because they kind of is a pro there, so
Right.
they're telling you, you swinging a little too hard, or you doing this, or your shaft is too stiff.
Right. Right.
You need to, so little things like that I learned and I should have did in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because now that I did it and it's helping me out, like damn, like 5-6 years ago, if I would have did this 5-6 years ago,
Right.
maybe I could have been way better.
Yeah.
But get fitted, get checked, and just everybody's swing is different.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And just swing, man. Just like when I take my son out there, man, just swing, and he just be hitting the ball. And he be hitting it good. And I'll be like, go ahead, man, just hit the ball.
Yeah, kids, they pick it up quick.
And just have fun. Like, because if you're not having fun, this game it's not going to be fun at all.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Try to like not even focus on the bat. We ain't getting paid.
Yeah, we definitely not. Definitely not. Just swing it, have a good
man.
time, and just enjoy it, man.
That's what I love to do, man.
Yeah.
I love it. That's what I love about the game.
All right.
And have a good time with us. Like,
Yeah, just kicking it. That's what I bumped into one of my uncles, and I was telling him, I was like, man, we be out there just having a good time, man. Even outside of the game and the sport, like just us just chilling.
Yeah.
Because 9 out of 10, if you with 3 of your good friends, y'all gonna have a good time no matter where y'all are. So
Right.
that on top of competing in good scenery, good environment, it's always a good thing. Got one more for you. Like, so what's your goal coming in for the season?
One of my goals is I want to shoot I would love to shoot like 81, 82,
Okay.
something like that. Under 85.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say under 85. I shot 86 before, but that course was a little smaller.
Okay.
And it was one of the courses in Philly that I played a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was just like I did horrible on that course. I shot 120s all the time there,
Mhm.
and then I finally shot an 86.
Right.
And I was so happy that day. I think I went. Me and my wife was like, "Yo, we're going out to eat.
Right.
Like, we celebrating." But
be.
shoot under 85.
All right. I like
You know,
that.
and I hope you're there.
Yeah, I was about to say
and
that.
hit a hole in one.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
I need one of those in my life.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Well, you hit the hole in one, we're gonna have you back. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
We're gonna have you back regardless.
oh, for sure. Me too.
We're gonna record later on this season. Man, I appreciate you getting on the show. This was
No
a
doubt,
good one for
always.
sure. And we catch you on the next one.